Howdy, folks.
Here we go, guys. Well, we're back in the pit of the greenhouse. Behind us, you can see, well, it's covered with plastic still. It's been 3 full days since the pour. And, well, I think we're about ready to rip the Band-Aid off, or plastic.
See what it looks like. I'm sure it looks good.
Woo-wee! Of course, it rained last night, so we have a little extra moisture than normal.
Right.
All right, Brian did a little bit of work off camera here. He's laid out all of the sill plates.
That goes on top of the foundation wall, so that's where you start building from.
So why is it on the bottom of the wall?
So this will give me the exact location where I need to start building the ICF's forms up. So there'll be a track. The outside is where the one track goes, and then there's a spacer which will be wider than the sill plate because it's 7 3/4 from here to here. So then I'll cut 2 spacers to put the inner track in. So I'll keep a spacer there, and then I'll put one on the other side, and then we'll nail the inner track down.
So now you've laid everything out. What's the next step?
So we need to cut the track. So I'm going to do the outer track first. So
this is the outer track of the ICF
Right.
insulated concrete forms.
Right, so there's a metal channel.
Okay.
We're going to drill holes in the concrete, and we'll use a nail anchor. That we did the same thing for the house. We'll nail right into that. And that holds the track in place perfectly. Then we'll drill all the holes for the rebar that comes up.
Okay.
And then we'll put the inner track in. That way, if I do the rebar first, then I have to work through the rebar to put the track down. So
yeah, it'd be kind of awkward.
Yeah, so it'll be easy enough to do the outer track, the rebar, inner track, and then we start building it.
Do you have to fasten the track to the footer?
That's what the nail anchors.
Nail anchors, okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
It's like a lead anchor with a nail in it. You pre-drill the hole, stick it in, and smash it with a hammer.
Oh.
It expands the lead into the cement.
Okay. Okay, well here we are over at the shed, and this is all of our ICF forms and the track that Brian's going to be cutting. So
yeah, so we need to cut this to length.
Each side of the dome. Right. Okay.
Initially I was going to cut an angle on it, but I don't think I need to.
Yeah.
Just cut it square.
Yeah. The old metal cutting saw. Woo!
Yeah. It's going to be really loud. Five of those, 10 of the others.
The other ones are different lengths. The other ones have different lengths.
Yeah, just those are 6'8.5". These are 6'10 1/4".
Mm-hmm. Well, hey folks, I wanted to take you over to the garden beds to kind of reiterate why we're building a greenhouse. So I've got actually behind me, I'm using a product called Garden Socks. I'll leave a link for you in the video description, but it's a great way to garden without having to have a full garden bed. So I did get a head start this year by planting some things early so we could put them into the greenhouse. I've got strawberries that I transplanted, I got some veggie starts and some herbs that I got at the nursery and some peppers and tomatoes. Now, what you can see is, look how small they are. You know, they haven't really grown much. And that is directly affected by our altitude up here. We're at 9,300 feet in elevation. We have very strong sun, and that tends to dwarf the plants. Now, the solution for that is to use a shade cloth, and I've used that in the past pretty successfully, but I thought we'd be in the greenhouse a little bit sooner, so I didn't go out and get the shade cloth. And also, I've had trouble with shade cloth. We have really high winds up here. I've had shade cloth rip apart. I've had it in the trees. So even using shade cloth as a solution, it can be really tricky. In any case, the vegetables are holding steady. They're still alive, even though they're not flourishing just yet, but they should be good to go once we get the greenhouse constructed, and then they'll have that shade from the sun. But it's another reason why we're building the greenhouse. I mean, it's certainly tricky up here. We've got wildlife, we've got the elevation, we've got the really harsh sun, and we can get really wicked winds. So there's a lot of challenging factors environmentally for us, which makes a contained greenhouse dome the perfect solution for us. So if you're new to the channel or you're just learning about our project, the reason why we're going through so much trouble in building a greenhouse is that we want to have a solid product to be able to use year-round and to really solve our food growing solutions. I've made several videos about our adventures in growing food up here. Some things work, some things don't, and I think the greenhouse is going to be a solution for most of our challenges. So let's hop over and go take a look at inside the greenhouse pit about how we're going to set up that track and get our foundational wall going. Okay, so the tracks are cut.
Tracks are cut.
All right, so we're going to show people how this all works, how we put together ICF forms for foundation wall. We told people how they look aluminum, but they're not aluminum.
They're galvanized.
Galvanized, yeah. Okay. So you pre-drilled holes in those as well.
Right.
Okay.
So what we'll do is mark some holes here. It's a little bendy.
Okay.
In the eyeball.
I saw that. Okay.
I think I'm holding my breath.
Nice.
Hopefully it lines up.
And these are those special nails you were talking about?
Anchors.
Anchors.
So as soon as you hammer a nail in, it spreads the
okay.
lead there.
All right.
So we'll kind of set them in there first, make sure we're
So that's the basis of how we
Right.
get the ICF attached to the
Right,
footer.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then it's in there like that. So each one of these will be cut with a 40 or a 12 degree, 12 degree angle. So a nice tight joint there. And then we'll foam it.
Okay.
We'll put a little bit of spray foam in between to really seal that up
All right.
after then we join the two together.
All right.
This is row number 1, and we got to go up 6 feet. So I guess you could say there's going to be 6 rows.
Yeah, once we get the first one done, we'll get all the track down, get it leveled, and then we'll know what we're doing, and then we'll start going up on the next row. So
Yeah. And we just wanted to show you guys kind of like the individual steps of the process, because it can be really complicated, more than just putting together a kit with the ICFs. You know, once you get your your foundation, you got to make sure your layout's correct and all your angles, and the track is the next essential part of the foundation. And then we go up, and as we after, everything's repetitive after we start going up, but the next step is just going around, laying all the track on the outside of the wall and on the inside, and then these boards will be removed.
yeah. So, and you'll notice that on the flange, it's much taller on the back, so it gives it real good support from pushing out.
Okay.
Once the cement is in there. Plus, we'll be well supported at the 4-foot level. So we'll have a ring, and you'll see that we'll have a ring of 2x4s all the way around it, keeping it from expanding out. Then that'll be attached on that grate over there to keep it from moving. We'll have that staked,
Yeah.
and then we'll have stakes in the middle as well. So you want to, if anything, you want to be overkill with the support, because you don't want to blow out. Don't skimp on the support. The 2x4s are not that expensive, and you can always use them for something else. So
Yeah. So I know it's a little intimidating imagining pouring concrete into styrofoam 6 feet tall, but you'll see as we build, like Brian said, there's going to be supports all the way around it in a lot of different angles. So
yeah, and you can look at our house build from years ago. We were 10 feet 4 inches tall on that quad lock ICF.
Yeah.
And that was all supported with 2x6s and well done. So this will probably actually be more supported.
Yeah. So it's all exciting. It's we're starting to go up now. So we dug down, we laid the footers. Now we are going up. So
Exactly.
yeah, we're gonna not be in this pit for very much longer. So
Yep.
anyways, guys, that's the update. We wanted to kind of keep you posted on that until we get another weekend where we can bang out some more of this greenhouse dome. So yeah, stay tuned.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.